One of the things we noticed was that did a conclave, India Today did a conclave in Dubai recently. And you could see the pace in terms of, firstly, anyone you spoke to said there were minimum clearances required. There was a policy laid down. There was no greasing of the palms. If there was, it was very, very low. And also the fact of delivery and time. So everything was monitored very closely, and the government did that as a facilitator. It said, these are the rules and follow it. Is that something that you can replicate in India, or is just too far gone with multiple agencies seeking clearances from a builder?
You see, many of the times I've seen references given of Singapore and Dubai, but these are one city country. So when you're in one city country, you actually evolve and you fix those problems. And they're easy to manage because it's just one city, one municipality, one approval, one developer authority, etc., etc. But when you're in a large country where you have a federation and therefore each state varies, even though you now have unified DCPR, etc., it is complicated. If we can standardize these policies and framework, yes, we can. If we make it deemed approval, for example, if I file an application for approval and if I don't get the approval in next 2 months, it is deemed approved. If that pressure on the bureaucrats and the government department is there to perform, why not? There are many states already which have implemented Right to Services Act and the deemed approval process, where you can actually self-load and assess and comply with the rules and regulations.
Does South do that, the states in
There
South?
are some cities in South, states do that as well. Not very well known, not very promoted, but I think that's the way to go forward. If you really want to add another 1 or 2% of the GDP, through real estate, it can happen through accelerated approval process and better policies and framework.
Quickly, what is we talked about the housing. In terms of commercial spaces, what's the big trend in India and particularly South?
This year in 2025, for the first time in my life, I've seen 50% of the office absorption was by Indian companies. Traditionally, 70% of the leasing was by American companies, BPOs mostly, and again, 70% was nearly IT companies. Today, the landscape is the IT is only 45%. And non-IT companies, telecom, e-commerce, banking, healthcare, etc., are the rest.
Right.
Which means less concentration. So concentration risk has reduced. Also, the dependency on global corporations is also reducing, which also means that the Indian corporates are growing and expanding. And that's the real story, the India story, which is domestic consumption and growth, the startup, environment. All that is going to help and boost the economy in terms of commercial real estate as well. And mind you, we were only talking about commercial as office, but now you have shopping center and office REITs. You have InvITs. You also have data centers. You also have senior living, which Coimbatore is known for.
Right.
You also have co-working and co-living. So the segmentation of real estate and institutionalization is on a very high end.
And finally, I know while a lot of luxury homes are in demand, the middle income, low income is less in demand. I don't know if that's a correct statement. What can we do to enhance, particularly we can see housing is a huge priority for various governments. What is the way out for them to build good houses, affordable for the state as well? Is there a solution that you think is...
The government only takes away nearly 50% through the taxes on the property. So they need to first fix that to be upfront, honestly.
Right.
You cannot, like I mentioned at the initial stage, land place 50% to 85% of the project cost. Right. So the government needs to facilitate railway authority, defense authority, you talk about municipal corporations, you talk about Port Trust of India. So many government bodies own land in the city, which is not being put to use. They need to monetize and unlock those, make the land available, make the land cheaper available for affordable housing, and then allow private developers to build those under tax benefits, which the government has already done. Unfortunately, the government has given tax benefits to the developer, but everything else is expensive. So taxes are still high, capital is still high, land value is still high, and you still don't have, in many places, road and transport connectivity. So what's the point of going 50 kilometers from the center of the city and doing affordable homes when people can't commute? So these are the very obvious challenges to address the affordable housing.
Sanjay Dutt, we have almost out of time. Last question, technology. Are we at the cutting edge? What's the best in building technology? How quickly can we turn around things?
India is building world-class properties with the best of the global standards that you can imagine. We have the best class infrastructure. Because we have the best infrastructure, the global corporations are coming to India. And we have the best talent, and that's why global corporations are expanding in India. There are many IT companies which have 65 to 70% of the global workforce in India. And there are likely to be many other companies which will take the 10 or 15% of the global workforce to 30 to 40% of the global workforce in India. Right. So I think we are using technology, et cetera, It's just that we need to address the scale and the bureaucracy and the hurdles and hindrances and open up to accelerate the growth.
Sanjay Dutt, thank you for your candor. There's so many good examples that he's spoken about. I think the state government should listen to him. Very, very warm round of applause for Sanjay Dutt of Tata Realty. Thank you.